Great morning, everyone. How are you all doing? This is your girl Shan. Happy Monday. I hope each and every one of you are feeling good in your body on today, ready to start this week. I know your mind is like, but it's okay. You know, we live to see another day. And so I'm going to go ahead and remind you about our show on tonight, Marriage Mondays with the Kings. We will be talking about your next generation. And so like I've warned on our social media page, you might want to go ahead and put your seatbelt on for tonight's show, because me and my husband was having some really amazing dialogue, and we were talking about things that people probably never even really think about. And so most of our shows, even the videos that I do every morning, the content is heavy, so it makes you think. Good morning, Simone. Good morning, Brandy. The content is heavy, so it'll make you think. Hey, Sabrina, it's not for you to get easily offended, you know what I'm saying? But it's just for you to kind of check yourself and be like, wow, you know, I never thought about it, helping people see things from a different perspective. So that'll be, our show will be on tonight, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. That is going to be on KRGN 98.5 FM. So like we always say, download the app from the App Store, or you can listen live from www.mykrgn.com. Now I'm going to get into today's topic. Since me and my husband have been talking about family and, you know, just checking thyself this month, it just made me do a lot of thinking. And so, hey, good morning, Gregory. Shanice, Gregory, good morning to y'all. So it made me do a lot of thinking. And oh my God, there's so many avenues that I can go with this. And I'm just going to go whichever way that God leads me to go. That's what I'm going to do. And so the topic today is boundaries. Setting boundaries so that you can have a peaceful marriage and a peaceful home. Even to those who are single, I need you to listen to this, and it applies, good morning, Dalisha, to you as well. We as a people need to get to the point where we start setting boundaries. Hey, Miss Bernadette, where we start setting boundaries. And a lot of people, especially those who have big hearts, such as me and my husband's self, you know who you are, you have big hearts. A lot of people don't like to set boundaries because you don't want to come across being mean. But what we have to understand is a boundary is set to protect us. Okay. So when I say boundary, and this is a lot of conversation that I have with individuals and couples who sit down in front of me, you know, and even my husband, and even in the counseling field and things like that. When you think about boundaries, think about a fence. All right. Think about a fence. You put a fence up in your backyard so people won't see in your backyard. People won't find easy ways to break into your home and different things like that. That is what a boundary is. Okay. And so y'all know I'm going to give some good old country examples of things that kind of just irritate my soul. And I just generally do not like when people don't respect the boundaries. I just recently had to have a conversation. Good morning, Alex, with a good friend of mine that I've been knowing for some years. And in the midst of that conversation, I said, you know what? I said, I don't mind helping you, doing whatever need to be done, because we've always been there for each other. But guess what? I said, let me go ahead and let you know. Me and my husband don't play about our house. I said, we've worked very hard to have peace in our home. Like I said, me and my husband don't even argue anymore. Our children like coming home. Good morning, Akeisha, because there is peace in the home. And so I said, yeah, we would do anything and we will fight to keep that peace in our home because we worked so hard for it to get there. How many of y'all who have worked so hard in your life, in your marriage, in your family to have peace, and you finally have it? And it seems like the devil will bring somebody, whether it's somebody you don't know or somebody you know very well, to come. And what they do is they disturb that peace. They disturb that cycle. Like I said, when they walk away from you, feel drained or whatever. So I heard a lot of parents say this, and I'm gonna make you think on this morning. A lot of parents say this. They say, I do anything for my kids. I want my kids to have better than what I had. Okay, I love that. Okay, I'm the same way. My husband is the same way. But this is what I need you to think about. Who do you allow to come up in your house that disturbs the peace and the atmosphere in your home? And then the next thing you know, your kids is acting a whole fool. It's just like the whole piece of your home it's all in disarray. We have to be careful. And see, I'm not trying to harp on this, but this is why it is so important especially when you're married, to have conversations. I'm just going to give an example. So say somebody want to come stay in your house, right? You know the standards of your home. You know how you like your home to be clean. You know, it's quiet, it's peaceful. You can come home, you can read, whatever your environment is like. And so say you just let your crazy loud cousin come and stay with you, but let me say I let my crazy loud cousin come stay with me and I ain't told my husband nothing. Then my husband come home, he got an attitude, which in turn we got an attitude, which double in turn we arguing, and it messes up the whole atmosphere of our home. How many of y'all are guilty of that? And so I'm gonna say it just like this, whatever. Y'all know me. I'm just gonna say it. So, good morning, Natasha. That's why we, especially those who have peace in their marriage, say it's very important to have conversations with your spouse. It's very important to have that quote unquote approval process between the both of y'all before and making them major decisions. Okay, that is not control. That's common sense. I'm gonna say that. And so what I'm gonna say is that oftentimes people, hey Keela, oftentimes people who don't do this, you have a bunch of chaos in your home. It's not peaceful. It's not. You can lie. You can make it look good on social media all you want to. But we need to learn how to have boundaries in a husband and wife relationship. My husband know what I don't like. I'm going to give a prime example. Baby, don't let me be asleep in the bed, honey. And this is a simple boundary. You come in and you flick the light on, I promise to God, I'm going to have an instant attitude. I do not like that. My husband don't like it when he's sleeping. It's a lot of banging and noise going on. You know what I'm saying? That's just simple boundaries. What boundaries can you set to protect yourself? Let me go ahead and talk to the mamas and the father-in-laws. Let me holler at you. Let me give another example. Good morning, Miss Billy Sue. Let me give another example. When it comes to our children growing up and getting out on their own, we need to understand, and I'm just talking to fellow parents or whatever the case may be. Y'all who are single, y'all can put this away in your golden nugget piggy bank, baby. We need to understand that what we have to do as parents is sow into our children to be able to produce them to the point of independence when they get grown and on their own. What tends to happen, because I'm guilty of it, is we grinding so much that we don't have that time. We don't take that time to really instill and sow into our children, right? I'm going somewhere with this. So before you know it, the child is walking across the graduation stage. You crying like a baby because you don't understand how did the time go by so quick. Okay, can I, mothers, anybody who ever birthed any children, fathers, y'all feel me on this? How did the time go by so quick? When I turned around, I just said that to my son yesterday, that's in college. When I turned around, boy, you was just being born at Darnell Hospital on Fort Hood, and now you driving up and down I-35 going to college. Okay, so we get some kind of way and say they get married and they get grown and on their own and we feel like we helping. Parents, I need us to balance our help. I need us to stand on the faith of the fact that we taught them, good morning, Miss Cheryl, to be independent human beings. I'm trying not to get a point because I wrote down some points for tonight's show. So I'm trying not to get, I feel you, Keela. I'm trying not to get into tonight's show. And I'll probably talk about it on tomorrow, you know, from some of my points. But the point that I'm making is we got to learn how to respect the boundaries of our children when they get grown and they get on their own. We don't want to hear that. We don't want to hear that because what we'll lie and tell ourselves, let me talk to the mothers out here. We'll lie and tell ourselves, oh, we're just trying to help them out. Oh, I'm just trying to be there for them. Baby, you all up in your son or your daughter's house. Baby, you decorating their house for them. Well, I'm spending my money to decorate my house. Did you talk to them? Maybe they don't want you decorating their house. Maybe they want their apartment or their townhouse or their house to look just the way it is, okay? See, you're not asking. And then what we tend to do, especially the overbearing mamas, what we tend to do is we tend to interject ourselves into our children's marriage, or we tend to try to buy and do for them as if they are still children when they got to grow up and know what it's like to experience being out in the world on their own like we did, okay? And we overstep boundaries. We act like there are no boundaries when it comes to our children. Let me flip this. How do you feel when your mother-in-law and your father-in-law, hey, Tracy, they overstep their bounds? How do you feel? This is a good example when they try to tell you how to raise your kids. Okay, when they try to tell you what to do, especially in that stage when we had our first child, we act like we know it all. Only those who was responsible for raising their younger brothers or sisters really probably know how to raise a child when you have one. I'm just saying. But how do you feel when your in-laws or when your parents overstep the boundaries into your marriage? Okay, create boundaries. Teach your kids even in the home, how to create boundaries, because boundaries equals respect. And baby, let me let you know, okay? Let me let you know. Ain't nobody, I'm telling you, think about for y'all, even if you've been married before, where you've been to the place where, baby, you and your husband or the husband and the wife, honey, y'all used to argue. I told y'all, me and my husband used to tear up some stuff. You heard me, which was so stupid of us to do because we had to rebuy it all over again. But, baby, we would tear up some stuff when we would argue. And now when you get to the place of peace in your home, you get to the place of peace in your marriage, baby, you ain't going to let nobody come. You will fight Satan at the door before you allow Satan to come in and disturb your peace in your home. Or at least that's how we should be. Quit giving people a buy and a pass. If you've already told people this is what we do. Prime example, when people come to the king's house, and everybody ain't welcome because we won't be letting everybody's spirit in, but I digress. When you come to the king's house, baby, to the king's house, we gonna feed you. We're going to make sure it's nice and cozy, honey. You're going to have a good old comforter, good old blanket. If you want to lean back in a recliner and go to sleep in the cowboy's room, baby, you can do all that. You know what I'm saying? But this is what we do. We say, come on, everybody gather around. Let's get in a circle. We get in the circle in our formal living room, grab hands. We're going to go ahead and pray and bless this food before anybody crack it. See, that's a boundary within our house. You ain't going to come over here and eat our good old food, and we're not going to go before the Lord and thank him for the food that we are yet about to receive. You better ask somebody. That's a boundary. So people expect and already know when you come over to the king household, baby, if you got an issue with us praying and us capping it off in Jesus' name, we ain't trying to force what we believe on you. You can stand outside on the front porch and you can just stand to the side, put your head down out of respect. But that is a boundary that is set in our home. We do not set boundaries, and we sit up here and wonder why our life is in such disarray. Even to my singles, I'm not going to leave y'all out, but to my singles, say you've been working hard all week. You've been doing whatever you need to do, baby, and you're tired. And you tell some good friends, no, I'm not going to kick it with y'all this weekend because I'm tired. I'm going to sit up and relax. And you know how they say, girl, come on, girl. We're trying to get you out the house. Girl, no, girl. And then you sit up here and feeling some kind of guilty in some kind of way. And then you be like, oh, okay. And then you get mad at yourself for going. Baby, you should have stuck to your boundary, okay? I understand people don't even know how to set boundaries. But I'm going to say it like this. Say what you mean and mean what you say. Let your word be your bond. You hear me? Because what we got to understand, like prime example, don't call me on no Friday night, baby. Everybody in Central Texas and who been listening to the Kings know Friday night is what? I ain't going to even say it. They just going to drop it in the comments for the people who know us. Don't call us. And the one time I did accidentally pick up the phone, they was like, oh, I'm sorry. You better set some boundaries, because this is what you got to understand. When you set healthy boundaries, okay, when you set healthy boundaries, you are teaching people not only how to respect your boundaries, but you're teaching them how to do it themselves. Okay. A lot of people don't know. You better say it, Dalisha. You know, girl. A lot of people do not know how to set boundaries, and they don't know. I don't care if it's your mama, your sister, your auntie, and them, baby. Teach them how to respect your boundaries. You can't get mad at the people for when you tell them, come on, Natasha, you can't get mad at the people for when you tell them, good morning, Miss Delia, that this and this and this and this is my boundary. And then they overstep the bounds. Good morning, Sister Lolo. And then you get mad at them. Come on, Simone. Then you get mad at them because they just disrespected me. I told them this is what it was and this, that, and the other. And they go, no, baby, you allowed them to disrespect you. Set your boundaries. Mean what you say and say what you mean, okay? Or say what you mean and mean what you say. You need to stand on it. In order, and we get this question all the time, okay? Say that, Miss Bernadette. We get this question all the time. How did y'all get to the point, to the place of peace in your marriage? we stick to what we say. And baby, if y'all really know Shan, if somebody keep pushing me, I'm going to give you that look like, baby, you pushing over the lines. Because the way I think of it in my mind, if I'm telling you I'm spending family time with my family and you still trying to get me to do something, then that's when you start disrespecting my family. And you telling me that my family time means nothing to you. It means nothing. You just straight disrespecting. Same thing with my honey. If I'm spending time with my honey and I tell you, or you call me and it goes straight to voicemail, don't get no attitude with me because, girl, I called you and you didn't pick up the phone. Baby, like I always tell people, I can show you better than I can tell you. So start showing people how to respect the boundaries that you and your honey set, you as an individual, and the boundaries that you set for your family, okay? We need to get to this place in order for us to have healthier marriages, in order for us to have healthier families, because y'all don't understand what is presented to us and what comes before us. And it's all with the power of choice. Me and my husband say this all the time. I'm going to say this one last thing before I get ready to go. If you look at it, God does not force us to follow him. Okay? Even when Jesus was on his journey, for y'all who believe in Jesus, who don't, whatever, we're going to go ahead and talk about a little Bible real quick. When Jesus was on his journey, he told people, yeah, put down that and follow me. But baby, they didn't have to if they didn't want to. You see what I'm saying? God gives us the power of choice. And I thank him for that. He doesn't make us worship him, serve him, pray to him, read his word, none of that kind of stuff. It is our power of choice. So we have to understand that we have that same power of choice in us when it comes to teaching other people how to respect us. Jesus tore up the temple. See, a lot of people don't want to talk about that and they don't want to preach on that, honey. And, well, you're not supposed to walk around angry. Wait a minute. Hold up. This is what I like about Jesus. That's probably the way I am, why I am the way I am now. If you ever listen to Jesus's words and his response when people ask stuff, in my opinion, Jesus was checking people, but he checked them to the point that it made them think. Okay, so I say all that to say we have the power to choose when it comes to the boundaries in which we set forth and how we're going to interact and deal with people. Okay, we ain't got, baby, let me go ahead and tell you, I say what I mean. I ain't got to get an attitude with you. I don't have to stop talking to you or whatever. I got the power to choose and say tonight is date night. And when it's date night, because me and my husband, unless we talking about something that's on the phone, or he was like, oh, baby, I forgot to mention you, this person text or whatever. Baby, we are so intertwined with each other, even the way to be like, oh, hello. I'm trying to take y'all's order because we be here. You see what I'm saying? That's the same way that I would encourage all my coffee group who are on here to be. That's how you get to a place in your marriage where you're not arguing anymore, where it's a place of peace. That's when you get to a place in your family. There are some people who are getting married right now in their middle age. They between 35 and 55 and they get married. Baby, you can come into the marriage mature. You ain't got to go through all this teeny bopper stuff that we went through when we was 18, 19, and 20. It's a power of choice. And you set up boundaries before you say I do, and you say, honey, look here now. I told you I don't like you flipping on that light when I'm asleep. So can you not, you know what I'm saying? Flip on that light, because see, that's what's going to take me to 10. You want to love me on 0 and 1. Okay. So don't flip on that light. That's a boundary for me. All you have to do is remind them. You ain't got to be smart about it. You ain't got to chop the head off, and you ain't got to get an attitude, because the word of God says a soft answer turns away wrath. Okay. That's what the scriptures say. So I just need, if you listening, husbands and wives, thank you for joining in on this morning. I need you to learn how to set boundaries. Parents, I need you to learn how to set boundaries. And those who are single, set your boundaries now. Get to know yourself. Get to know what you like. So that way, before you say I do to whoever the king or the queen that God is going to bring down your path and whatever the case may be, baby, you already got your boundaries. You can teach them your boundaries and you can stick to those boundaries. Okay. That's what makes successful marriages, successful families, and those who are single, your successfulness. Okay. Good old boundary. Like I say, on that job, they trying to get you to work overtime, but you know you got something else you need to do, and they make it seem like it's dire on a Friday night. Baby, look, you knew this was dire 2 weeks ago, because I know I used to ask my supervisor, when y'all had a meeting about this? Oh, it was 2 weeks ago. Oh, you expect me to make it important tonight? I can show you better than I can tell you, baby. Y'all have a blessed weekend. I did my obligation for the week, okay? So y'all have a blessed day. Join us tonight on Marriage Mondays with the Kings, where we will be talking about your next generation, baby. Get your seatbelt on, honey. On KRGN 98.5 FM. And your girl Shan gonna be back with y'all on tomorrow with that truth that God placed on my heart. So y'all be a blessing to somebody today and not a curse. Don't let anybody steal your joy, because remember, you got the power to choose. And your girl Shan will be back with y'all on tomorrow. Blessings to you and God bless. Oh, and share because it's free, right?